Hey, all you action figure enthusiasts out there, JC here with my buddy Logan, and we're back on the couch today taking a look at Mattel's new WWE Masters of the Universe Mashup line. It's a brand new line that they just launched. It is a Walmart exclusive, and in front of you here today you can see the first wave of single carded figures as well as the Castle Mania wrestling ring, Grayskull wrestling ring. And you get with that 2 additional figures, which you can see John Cena and Terry Claw's Triple H. Now you can actually get this ring without the figures if you want. It's a little bit cheaper. I don't think you get the cool packaging with it either. One of the things I really love about this line is that they've taken such great pains to kind of just make it like the original Masters of the Universe line. With the packaging, with the mini comics, you do get mini comics that are included with each of the single carded figures. You don't get mini comics with the 2 that are in the ring, but you do get mini comics with each of the single packed figures. Now, you see the first wave in front of you, and then there's going to be additional waves. They've at least announced 2 additional waves that are going to be coming. And with this first wave here, we've got the Sting character, which is the mysterious vigilante of vengeance. And then we have Triple H here, and he's the one bad guy in the wave, and he's probably my favorite. I think he's the coolest one, and he's the evil skull king of kings. And then we have Ultimate Warrior, and he is the heroic champion of WWE Tourney. I don't know if that really is supposed to make him He-Man. You kind of have him, and then you also have the John Cena here that is dressed very much like He-Man. And then finally we have Finn Balor, the Finn Balor character, and he is listed as the heroic Demon King. Didn't know Demon Kings were heroic, but there you go. So definitely kind of a cool bunch of figures. But again, what I really love is the packaging, the detail to make it look like the old classic Masters of the Universe toys from the 80s, the artwork, the mini comics, the little backstory that they've created for each of these characters. Again, it's not like they've just taken like Triple H and stuck him on Eternia and have him hang out with He-Man and Skeletor. You've actually you've got WWE Eternia, and again, you've got the Castle Grayskull Mania ring. This is where they all fight it out for the power. And I just think it's kind of a cool thing that they've done here. Now, personally, if you're just a WWE fan, if you just like wrestling and you don't really care about Masters of the Universe at all, this line may not appeal quite as much to you. I think if you are obviously, if you're both a WWE fan and a He-Man fan, this is going to be a line that I think there's no doubt you're going to love. But even if you're just a He-Man fan who doesn't really like wrestling that much, I think there's still enough here with this that it's gonna appeal to you. It's gonna have some appeal to you. You might not get everything, but I think there are definitely going to be some characters and stuff that you might decide to get. And just again, with the reminiscent packaging and the mini comics and all that, I just think even if you're not a huge wrestling fan, but just a Masters of the Universe fan, this is something that's still going to interest you. Now, one other reason why this might appeal to you as a Masters of the Universe fan is these figures, while they're smaller than like the Masters of the Universe classics, and they're smaller than modern day wrestling figures. I don't have any old vintage retro wrestling figures, but I feel like these might scale decently with those. But they're definitely shorter than a modern wrestling figure. But what these are going to be 100% compatible with scale-wise and part-wise is the upcoming new Masters of the Universe Origins line that Mattel's going to be launching later this year. One of the gimmicks of this line is you can actually set Triple H, some of these figures aside so you can see better. But one of the gimmicks with this is that you can take the parts of the figure, like the arms, and you can just easily pull them off. You can take the lower legs and take them apart as well, and then the heads as well. So, and then what you can do is you can take other figures, both these WWE Masters of the Universe figures, as well as the upcoming Masters of the Universe Origin figures, and then you can interchange the parts. So you can kind of mix and match pieces as you want. So again, even if you're not into wrestling, but you are planning on getting the new Masters of the Universe line, these might be something that you want to check out just for the parts alone. Just so you can change parts and stuff and mix and match however you want. So I feel like that's definitely kind of cool thing, a cool gimmick. And again, 100% compatible with the new Masters of the Universe Origin stuff. Now, like I said, the Triple H figure, the Skull King of Kings, is my favorite of the bunch. I guess he's supposed to be like Skeletor. So you get this cool skull mask that he comes with. And then, of course, underneath there is just a Triple H head. He's got these cool spiky shoulder pads that he's wearing with a soft goods cape. And then he comes with this big sledgehammer, which is technically called the Sledgehammer of Supremacy. And, you know, it doesn't have a whole lot of paint detail. It's just a grayish silver plastic, but you do have the sculpting detail with the skulls and everything on it. So I think that's cool. Now, some of these look more like regular wrestlers than others, like the Ultimate Warrior, once you basically take his staff away, and you take his harness off. And like these harness pieces, these harnesses that are on most of these figures, they're removable. You can take them off in various ways. This one you can just kind of lift up over, and then you've got the little Ultimate Warrior symbol there on his chest. But like with him, you know, once you take the harness off, then he pretty much just looks like a regular wrestler. And the Triple H, I mean, he's got the harness. I mean, once you take it off, then he's just got the purple pants. So yeah, once again, he looks like a wrestler. But the other one that comes with the ring, that one is definitely much more, looks just like regular Triple H more than anything, once you take those claws off. And I'll give you a closer look at that one in just a second. So, and articulation on these, you know, it's not bad. And this should be the same type of articulation that you see with the upcoming new He-Man figures. So if you want to get an idea of what the articulation is going to be like, what the size of the figures are going to be like and everything, and these are a little over 5 inches tall. So, yeah, this line will definitely give you a good idea of what to expect with the new He-Man figures. So you've got the joints where you can get the arms out good, and you've got good rotation, though they do sometimes pop off. But you've got fairly good rotation. I can't seem to rotate without it popping off. But then you also have rotation at the elbow. You've got a single hinged elbow. You've got rotation with the hands. You've got up and down joints or hinge joints on the hands. You've got rotation. No ab crunch on these. And then you can do the splits good. You can get the leg forward good. Can't really do the leg back very much on this one. He's got the rotation at the knee. And then you've got a boot cuff swivel. And then you have hinges on the feet, so up and down movement. And some of these, this one, because he's got these sock things that come down over his feet, limit it. But you do actually get some ankle pivot with these as well. And then 2 peg holes on the bottom of the feet. So I wouldn't call these super duper articulated, but definitely you've got a fair range of articulation on them. So I've gone and brought the ring back up here. Now, as far as the ring goes, the ring is pretty basic. If you do collect WWE figures, then you have a ring that's very similar to this. You do have the green stone, around the sides of the ring to give you that kind of Castle Grayskull look. And then you have the green wrestle mat. But otherwise, it's pretty standard. The stairs are made to look like wood. They're just plastic. And you've got the little clips on there so you can put some weapons, store some weapons. And you can basically clip this on any side of the ring. There's little indentations on the ring, but you really can kind of clip it in wherever you want so that they can kind of step in there. But again, if you have any of the previous, Mattel WWE wrestling rings, you know what to expect with this. The floor has some flexibility in it. The ropes are made with, they're very elastic, so you can bounce your figures off the sides of them, which is nice. I like that with these rings. And you can have them climb up on the top rope and jump down and everything. So again, the ring is not anything terribly different than what we've seen previously in the WWE line, other than it's made to look kind of like Castle Grayskull. So here's a close-up look of each of the figures. So this is the John Cena figure that comes in the ring. Not too bad. I'm not a huge John Cena fan, but I like the harness. It's, looks like He-Man, but has the John Cena symbol on it. I like the weapons. The whole "you can't see me" gimmicks is why they made them translucent. Face sculpts on these look pretty good. And then you've got the Terror Claws Triple H, which again looks pretty much like Triple H with the black shorts and everything. You just have the Terror Claws, which are removable. You just pop them off. They just clip onto the figure's wrists. and they're just done with plastic, made to look like black metal or something. Then you've got the Ultimate Warrior. So Warrior, you know, is pretty cool with the yellow harness, and he's got the spear that looks like something Merman would carry. I don't know, the spear for him is kind of weird. I don't know. Like I said, it looks like something Merman would have. And then you also have Sting. Sting is kind of, to me, is kind of like a tribute to Clawful with the claws, of course. Now, I would have liked if they had included 2 of these claws instead of just the one. The other weapon they included is this kind of nunchuck thing, which is very heavy and big. He doesn't hold it very well. So I would have actually rather gotten 2 of these claws that you can put on his hands. And the claw is actually, it's got some articulation so you can open and close it. So I really wish they had just given us 2 claws instead of this nunchuck thing. Then we've got Finn Balor, and he comes with these tassels. You get 4 of them, but really 2 at a time seem to fit best on the figure. And he's got, you know, this harness piece that you can take off with the teeth and everything. So he's probably my least favorite, mainly just because I know so little. Finn Balor is not a wrestler I'm terribly familiar with. All the others in this wave, you know, I grew up watching, but Finn Balor is a little more recent wrestler, so he's just not one I'm as familiar with. And then finally, you've got the Skull King, King of Kings, Triple H. And again, he's my favorite. I love the mask. I love the helmet with the chainmail down the side and, you know, the skeleton type mask. He's got the skeletons on the front. Even as, you know, even though, you know, this is a symbol, the symbol on his chest here is one that he uses, you know, that you see, but it's also, you know, in keeping with He-Man as well. So kind of a coincidence there. But I'm glad they incorporated that with his chest piece here. And then, you know, you've got the soft rubber stuff for the horns. But again, this is definitely my favorite figure in the first wave. And then, like I said, you've got additional waves coming with various characters. Probably my favorite in the upcoming waves is the Man-E-Face type character. Even though I'm not really that familiar with the actual wrestler he's based on, I love the gimmick with the turning faces. And those faces actually turn. It turns between the 3 wrestlers. It's a team, I believe, and so you can actually just change the faces like with the Man-E-Face character. So I think that's definitely a cool one. You've got Macho Man and stuff as well. So, like I said, I really feel like this is a fun line. It's a throwback to classic toys. And, you know, it's a great mashup between the 2. I really like how they've done the artwork and everything on the packaging. I love how they've done the mini comics and developed the backstories for these characters. So even if you're not a huge WWE fan, I think there's something here. If you're a Masters of the Universe He-Man fan, I think there's something definitely here that you want to check out. So again, these are available now. The upcoming He-Man Origins line, that will be available everywhere. These are just at Walmart, but the He-Man figures themselves should be available everywhere, and those are due out later this year. So share your thoughts down below. I'd love to hear your, you know, is this something that interests you? Do you like He-Man? Do you like wrestling? You know, is this something that appeals to you or not? Let me know in the comment section below. Like the video, subscribe to the channel, hit the bell notification, and until next time, guys, we'll catch you later.
Thanks for watching today's video, and be sure to subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and hit that bell notification so you're alerted every time I upload a new video. And be sure to head over to the Toy News International and Marvelous News Message Boards communities. It's a great place to talk toys and win cool contests like $100 store credits to Big Bad Toy Store. And remember, action figures are great!